Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Joyful Light Oracle. I hope all is well with you and your family. Excuse me, guys. So this is going to be a message focused on someone that may be trying their best, their darnest, right, to control a situation. Perhaps you're feeling a lack of control. Maybe there's something that you've been working towards, trying to put together or hold together, and things seem to be falling apart. So there's a need for your perception about the situation to change. We have the moon that came out, Venus also that came out. So we'll look at both of those a little bit further. And solar flare. I will pull these up and reshuffle just so you can see the cards come out on camera. But I do want to just show these real quick because sometimes the imagery may speak or spark your imagination or jumpstart your intuition so that you can also connect to the message that's specific for you. All right, so I did already pray over the cards and the collective. So I thank you for allowing me in your space. I thank you for tuning in, and I thank you for all the new subscribers that are connecting with me. I appreciate your feedback and the comments that you are sharing at this time. And also thank you for the loves, the gifts, and all the well wishes. Okay, I appreciate your encouragement. Okay, so the moon, right? I'm looking at the different colors or the different aspects of the moon, which it's interesting because the moon does have different aspects. You see different phases or different faces of the moon throughout her cycle, right? So like a 29-day cycle, you're going to see the different faces of the moon, where they call it the phases. And there's something as far as with the moon's movement that does impact the waters, right? It impacts the flow of the oceans, the waves, the tides, I'm sure you've heard that already. And we also, because we are of the water as well, it impacts our emotions, it impacts our mood. And so we have to be aware as far as with this cycling of the moon, how is it impacting how we see situations? Okay, it could be at one certain phase of the moon, perhaps things are a bit dark, there's confusion at one point, but then as the moon continues its circuit, then things become more opened and it starts to illuminate an area of darkness that you were unaware of. So this could be that you were unaware of a situation, right? Something that is hidden, something that is below the surface, but as time progresses on, right, as it cycles through those 28, 29 days, then you start to see the sun, right? The sun comes out and it brings that light. The solar flare, if you notice, it's here, which represents the sun. So the sun is coming in to activate something perhaps that may have been missed, right? Something that you did not see, like the missing piece or the missing link to a situation perhaps that is going to appear or manifest, which will help you navigate some type of situation, okay, that may be confusing, something that again you're trying to gain control over. That is the moon. Now, when we look at Venus, which I said on my pre-recorded video that will be on my TikTok, that the Venus with the moon, I don't recall seeing this combination before. Maybe I have, but it's new for me, to be honest. So the Venus, right, speaks about, I said, like a feminine energy, like grace, right, beauty, attraction, okay, love, right, love of what? Love of self, right, the need for self-care even, okay. So there could be something that someone is being encouraged to take a closer look at regarding perhaps how you love, regarding how you maybe put attention towards something. It could be even putting something or someone on a pedestal. Remember, when we're trying to control a narrative or control a situation, it's a sense of we're imposing some type of authority because we want a situation to go in a direction. So we're putting our spin on something. We're trying to influence or exert our power in a situation that will yield the outcome that we desire or that we hope for. Sometimes, however, when we are doing this, it can become a bit um, maybe old, right? Or a sense where it's tiresome because you've tried many different avenues to bring something under control, and it's like the fire is still blazing. Okay, solar flare, right? This is the activation. This is something that is happening now. It's very active, and perhaps you can't get a control of it, over it rather. Okay. Another card that came out on the pre-shuffle before I recorded was the card Saturn, right? Saturn and Pluto. And so both are governing bodies, right? So Pluto speaks about the past, the things that perhaps we're trying to learn and process through. And sometimes, we have to repeat certain cycles because we are not getting it. So this could be for someone who is so rigid in maybe their views, right? Their perception about a situation that is causing some type of limitation or restriction. Hence, you're unable to control the narrative or control the direction in which you're wanting something to go. It's interesting because, I was in Proverbs this morning and it was talking about how man plans. So we have all these plans, right? All these things we were creating and we're wanting to do, but God has the finishing answer or touch, right? So the last word belongs to the divine. So although I may desire something, although I may put my efforts and energy towards something, the one who establishes that, the one that strengthens that, is the divine. Okay, and so there is a need to either surrender that to the divine, whatever it is you're trying to create, whatever it is you're trying to work towards, and allow his Holy Spirit to put things together, because we may have a way of doing things that maybe it has worked in the past. But as you can see, the North Node is out here. So whatever mechanisms you once used in the past to get your way or to produce an outcome, it may have to change. You may have to discover a new way of doing something, a new way of working with other people, or a new way of working with energies, as a whole. Okay. What else we have here? We have the fifth house, so it's again the need to create something. Okay, so we're all creative individuals, right? We are fashion informed in the likeness of the divine spirit. So as the Father creates his children, his offsprings, we have the ability to create as well, and we create from our passions, from our imagination, from our heart space, right? And many times we can also create from the past energies of like unhealed space where it's very fear based or it's very controlling. Okay, so it's a sense of someone maybe creating to control a situation and not knowing how to let things happen or flow naturally. So you may find that maybe I'll be pulling cards a little different today because I am also learning this lesson where the need to allow the Holy Spirit to come on in and mess some things up and then put it back together. Because, if we folded up the clothes, right, we've packed away the dishes, we have organized certain things, it's like, well, how do you react or respond when something happens, let's say a tower moment, right? Some sudden situation occurs where it causes a lot of disorganization. So everything you've tried to put into its perfect place now is disrupted. It's out of place. How do you function when things are out of place? Okay. So you may have a personality that you like things to look a certain way. It has to be aligned a certain way. It has to talk a certain way or respond to you a certain way. And if it doesn't, it may cause you to feel uncomfortable or cause you to feel powerless. This is a sense or the need to surrender that feeling of powerlessness, to surrender the need to control a situation, and to allow the Holy Spirit to actually move through you, move in the situation, and orchestrate the divine plan so that what you are trying to manifest or produce comes out successfully, right? And even more successfully than you doing it on your own, because now you have the seal of approval from the divine spirit. All right, that was a mouthful, right? So let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. I noticed my messages of late have been very soulful. Okay, just they go pretty deep, deep below the surface. Okay, which that's how I like to operate, to be honest. The superficial, while it has its place, you know, it doesn't bring that fulfilling experience. Okay, as if when you go deeper below the surface and you uncover whatever you need to uncover. And if you think about it, let's say that, you know, you're cleaning your house. It's like you're gonna have to go a little deeper, maybe do a little bit more deep cleaning, if you haven't done that in a while. So this could be for those who maybe you haven't really dived in deep into your existence, right? You've been living on a very superficial or surface level. You may have been operating more so from the ego's standpoint, which there's nothing wrong with it. That's just, you know, you showing up in life based on what you know, based on your experiences, okay, how you identify yourself in the world. And there could be a need to maybe shed that, right? Ego, okay, shed maybe what you think, how you should act, or how you should behave, or how you should show up, or how you should talk. It's that rigidity, like where you have to do things a certain way, and it's just very controlling. That's the best way I could put it. This is a controlling spirit. This is a controlling energy right now. So whoever is operating in a very controlling mindset, spirit is just trying to get you to open up, okay, to see from a higher perspective, to see from a different view, to maybe learn a new way of doing things, or a different way of approaching a situation, a different way of presenting your case, a different way of communicating your truth, just a different way, a new way of being, okay? A new way of being. Aquarius, I'm seeing the Aquarius image in my head. Maybe you have that in your birth chart, right? So that could be an air sign. You could be an air sign, rather. Okay, so from what I've learned about the Aquarius, so you could be very good as far as when you interact with other people. You can be very good on a social level, okay? But you are also very good at being by yourself, okay? So you've learned how to master both aspects of engaging and then not engaging. Like, you know how much to give, you know how much to show up, and then you know how to pull back to a certain extent. So let's say you're a very private person, okay? You may not elaborate in a social setting about all your business. Like, you may not share a wealth of information, but you do have a wealth of information. You just don't share it on that maybe that broader scale. It may require you to develop in a more intimate space or connection with people before you start divulging information. So that's for someone that I'm connecting with right now, as far as personality goes, or just how you generally flex in the public. but you are someone that is viewed as very attractive. The Venus energy is what I'm looking at, right? Very beautiful, maybe well put together. So when you show up, your presentation is like, you know, it's on point. Okay, so you know how to put things together. And even if this is a presentation for business, you know how to work your magic to wow the audience or to captivate your audience. Okay, this is someone that may be a public speaker. This is someone that may engage in their community as far as team building or collaborating with business partners. This could be a professional. This could be someone who is in the corporate setting, okay? So it can be to the far right or to the far left. This could be someone who is a stay-at-home mom. This could be someone who is very articulate when they speak to other people or when they deliver information in whatever capacity that they are operating at, okay? And yes, there are also stay-at-home dads and fathers, and so I acknowledge you as well, okay? Like our culture is shifting to where it's not just the females who are caring for the families, the masculines as well are caring for their families, and we want to honor each respective role that our family members, our friends, and loved ones play and take part in the rearing of the family, right? The children, who are the future, right? The future of tomorrow. All right, Holy Spirit. I feel like I'm on a soapbox. So it's almost like a politician that is trying to not necessarily gain more votes, but kind of woo their audience, like draw their audience in. So that's the energy that I'm getting. Someone that is very good at drawing in the audience, right? Getting attention, okay? So this definitely could be someone in the public eye. All right, Holy Spirit, divine guides, I thank you so much for the message that's coming forward for the collective. Let's get a few cards out. This deck is big. It's wide for my hands, so bear with me. Oops. Okay, okay, one more. Okay, there it is. Two more. Okay. Look at the bottom again. Venus. All right, let me just make sure. Yeah, we're still good. Venus. This energy is strong today. I don't know why. I might read the booklet. 21. You may be 21. A young star rising. I don't know. We're going to put this like that. Okay. On the bottom of this deck, I see intuition. I see the Cancer, water energy, attitudes about the past, which I did mention already, where with the moon, it's like, excuse me, the moon takes its transit and it goes through the different phases, okay? And sometimes we are being taught certain lessons throughout these phases. It's for us to identify where we're at in that transit, right? Connect within, like engage your intuition in the process. Okay, whatever you're doing, someone is needing to engage their intuition. Maybe you are very let's say sensitive, right? So you could be just someone that feels a lot of energy during different transits, and so it's important for you to utilize your intuition, your inner knowing, to help you navigate. Okay, there's a sense of discomfort that someone may be having. When I talked about someone who likes to control, can you imagine if you are someone that is very controlling and you don't have the ability to control a situation, I can only imagine, right? Like I've been there where when you can't control something or it doesn't go your way, it doesn't feel good. That's normal, right? It doesn't feel good. It's a sense of even debilitating, like where maybe you are so thrown off balance when you can't, when things are out of whack. Okay, so this could be someone, one, I don't know if someone may be experiencing vertigo, like where it's like some type of motion imbalance at times, just feeling off kilter. Okay, I'm just looking at the spiraling of the stairs, the multiple direction of the stairs. It's like there's so many different pieces, right? So many different paths that can be taken. Okay, this could be someone that is just traveling a lot also. Okay, moving about. Okay, could be very dizzying is what I'm getting right now. This is act, right? This is action. So some type of action that is being taken may be causing this, okay? All right. And then we have balance on this left side. So this is the Libran energy. This is a sense of bringing those aspects together, centering oneself, and being fair, right? Making sure that you're seeing both sides to a situation, making sure you're incorporating not only the emotions but the logic. Here's the thinking, Athena, right? So you got the feels, you got the attitudes from the past. You're trying to move forward in a situation. You may present a certain way with a rival, like with the ego. It's like you're showing up a certain way in a dynamic, okay? And it could be to show up to try to fix something that is uncomfortable, because the action is here. Like action mode is something that has to be done, okay? But you definitely need to think about how you're doing something and how you're showing up in a situation. Okay, and here is Leo. Leo, again, that's a fire, right? We have two fire signs out here. So that's Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries, right? I get the sense of think before you act, right? There's one. Think before you act. Make sure that what you're saying that is coming out in a very balanced manner. Okay, so be grounded, right? Before you start communicating your thoughts, make sure you ground yourself. Okay, make sure you also understand what is the outcome that you're trying to attain. What's the goal, right? Do you have a goal, a vision? What is it? And make sure it is suitable to that situation. Okay, I said I might read the Venus, and I think I will, because there might be something that I'm missing, because this came out multiple times already. So Venus, beloved, symbolizes the heart, romance, and the creative process. It's what attracts you, what you value, and how you value yourself. Venus is inside the Earth's orbit and takes 224.7. That number might be significant for you. Earth days to complete the journey. Venus rules Taurus and Libra. Okay, so there's Libra. And so Taurus is an earth sign. So it goes pretty slow. Okay, its path is pretty slow. So it symbolizes the heart, the physical heart, the muscle, its pattern. And it is pretty much goes from two extremes, very hot or very cold. Okay. As far as action regarding Venus, it's softened, it's charm, it's opened the heart, okay? Investigate how you can make the situation more beautiful, more fair and lovely. There's the fairness right there, whatever situation it is. Use diplomacy, right? And seduction, and let others come to you. Engage creativity, generosity, and affection. So it's about what you value. It's about attracting in something. It's about being fair. Okay. It's about a creative process. It speaks about emotions, running strong, whether hot or cold, something passionate or something intense. The intensity comes with Aries as well. It encourages love, of course. And so here's something to remember. Here's the challenge with Venus. If you're fascinated by the superficial aspects of Venus, you can get caught up in appearances or become blind in love. So look deeper. That's what I needed to get out of this. Remember, I talked about the moon, the perception that we have. And so there's sometimes a need to go a little deeper versus that superficial. Because if you stay at surface level, there's something that you may be missing. But once you go a little deeper as far as within the spirit, there's a wealth of information, a wealth of knowledge, wisdom even, that you can glean to help you in a situation, okay? So that what you're doing as far as your communication, the words that you speak, and even the actions that you take in that situation, it will better influence the outcome that you are desiring. Okay, so there is definitely a need to go a little deeper and not be stuck at that surface level. All right, we're gonna go get these. Yeah, we're gonna look at some of these. We're gonna get into tarot real quick. I was thinking to pull some of these first, and I might. I might, yeah, I might do that. I think I will. That's what I'm being guided to do. Right, okay, hold on. Before we get into tarot, we're gonna pull a few of these cards, okay? I was saying on my last video that my mount had snapped, so it's hanging on by a thread. So I probably need to invest in another one. Okay. I'm just looking at this Libra card here. Oops, that's a bit much. Like a lantern, a light, illumination, balance. Okay, just thank you. One more. There we go. Okie dokie. There's another action, right? We have Aries, Leo, and Mars. Action, right? Right? Act. Someone is being called to action. Oh my gosh, right? Someone is being called to action. It could be with your words, right? Communication, right? The thoughts that you're having. Here's thinking and thoughts. Mercury is speaking about communication. That's another air element. That's a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, okay? We have Jupiter. Jupiter expansion, something that you need to know, okay? That will help you expand out of one place of thinking or being. And then we have balance out here. So balance 7, 7. So the number 7 may be significant for you guys at this time, but how you're working with partners. Okay, so Libra speaks about a partnership, right? Always being fair or wanting to be fair, wanting to bring balance, equity into a situation, how you're cooperating, right? Look at them holding hands. So getting a fair deal, some type of diplomacy. We already said that about Venus, right? Diplomacy. So like an agreement. So if you're trying to get an agreement, if you're trying to get someone to agree with you, forcing an issue is never the way. Controlling the narrative is never the way. It's always helpful to see both sides of a situation. It's always helpful to consider someone else's thoughts and feelings and come to the middle, right? Meet in the middle, some way, shape, or form. So this could be the lesson that someone is learning right now with Jupiter, okay? I'm going to get one more. Is this the one I'm kidding? Okay. I said I'm going to get one more. Yeah. There's the North Node. And then we have, this is analyzing again. So this is a sense of either going a bit deeper into a situation, gathering the details, gathering all the facts, right? There's something that maybe you need to know about, why there's some type of discomfort that you're experiencing. Why are things the way they are right now? If there's any imbalance that you are going through right now, as far as the transit that wherever you're at. If you think of yourself as a planet, right? Like you are your own universe, you are your own world, right? Where are you in your rotation, right? Because the planets, they rotate, okay? And then we have this, the planets have various like stars or moons, right? So how is the moon's activity influencing or affecting your rotation? What are the lessons that are coming back around to you in your today, like in the immediate experience that you're having? Have you learned the lessons that the past tried to teach you? And if so, then that means the actions that you're taking today, right? How you're showing up, right, with the first house, they should look different, right? They shouldn't look the same as the past, okay? And if they do, that means there's something that you are missing, okay? Something that maybe you have not fully gleaned or understood as far as how to improve your situation, right? Especially if you're still trying to control something that is beyond your control, or trying to fix something that is beyond repair. Now, I did put out a message regarding that, someone that was trying to repair something that is beyond repair. So you can go back and try to find that video, or if I remember, I will link it in this description. Okay, as I'm picking this up, there's the Ten of Wands, which is a sense of coming to the end of self, right? Coming to the end of your actions. Like all these, you put so much work and energy and effort into something, and it's like, it's burdensome. This is responsibilities. This is obligations. This is duties, right? Things that you are responsible for, work that you got to do. And there's the Queen of Swords. This is a sense of like you're putting up a boundary to whatever it is, or someone is saying, okay, enough is enough, maybe, right? Maybe you've done enough. Maybe someone is unwilling to listen or hear you or even accept what you're doing. Someone could be unwilling to accept something. On the split, there's Justice again, okay? The Libran energy, okay? This is the sword of truth. This is setting the record straight. Two swords, right? Up in the air. So this is not arguing. This is communicating respectfully. This is clearing the air. This is balancing the scale. So if something was said, if something was done, there could be a need to rectify a situation. There could be a need to make something fair. It's like a square off, but let's say you've passed the square off. And when I say square off, like the Mars and the Aries, right? So wow, there is Aquarius, right? There's Aquarius energy that I was talking about earlier, okay? But the Mars is a confronting energy, a confrontation, like a fight, an argument, a clash, you know, where there is some type of obstacle or opposition, right? It could be two people or multiple individuals just having some kind of tension in a situation, okay, and needing to bring some type of equality in a situation that maybe is not working well. It has something to do with communication for sure, okay? Leo and the Mercury's with the Libran, so something has to be communicated. How someone is perceiving a situation. It could be how you're thinking about it as well with the Athena here. The logic. So make sure that you are being logical about the situation, and make sure that your logic is being balanced with the heart, right? So you could feel one way, but then make sure that you're also incorporating that the rationale as well, the reason. The reason for the season. Why do you do the things that you do? Why are you thinking the things? How are your thoughts about the situation? Are your thoughts healthy? Are your thoughts good? Psalms 14:2. That's a scripture I just see right now. The Lord looks down from heaven on all mankind to see if there are any who understand, any who seek God. So I don't know if your faith is something about your faith, possibly. Something about your understanding. Are you understanding the situation accurately? Are you perceiving whatever you're experiencing now? Are you seeing everything correctly? Remember, analyze is here. That's Virgo. Are you seeing things clearly? All right. Let's start getting into what's actually happening here. There's the effort, the work, right? Okay. So there's the work that's being done. There's the efforts, right? And then here on the other side, we have holding back. So there's one person that is waiting on something, right? Looking for something, looking for a reward, looking for an outcome, looking for the fruits, right? They put a lot of work into something and now they're waiting, okay? Anticipating something. What this action right here is something to either show up, someone to show up, a vindication, right? A judgment call. And then there's like something that was held back or something being held back. Okay, so the answer, maybe someone was waiting for the answer, okay, to a situation and it's been held back. Okay, this is like an unwillingness to allow something to change. So there's someone that may be resisting a dynamic, okay, refusing to change. Remember I talked about control, right? Wanting to control. There's the Two of Pentacles, right? Needing to gain balance. Balance is out here big time, okay? So something has to come into balance. So there's someone that is trying to hold back from allowing a major shift, a major change in a dynamic. Well, that was quick. Lovers. I'm not saying it's romantic, but it may be. Libran again. Lovers. So, someone feels that something needs to be made right. Something has to be made right, okay? There's something that, like, there's been a lot of thoughts, right? Putting a lot of thoughts into a situation of how things are working out, and something has to be brought into balance. Okay, so someone is unwilling, or that's why we have the Tower. This is a sense of loss or regret, right? Or letting go. Maybe somebody's losing a lot. Someone may be losing a lot, or if a verdict or a answer, let's say a judgment, right? Let's say there's a deliberation and the judgment that's going to be coming is that someone has to set something back in order. Someone has to recompense somebody for whatever efforts or work. Let's say a lawsuit, for instance, right? Someone has been waiting on something to be brought into balance, but someone's been refusing. They've been holding back this Tower because if they it's like losing out, losing something. Someone feels like they're going to lose a lot. This is the person that feels like they have a lot to say. This could be a Leo. that's going to be losing a lot to a Libran. And this is the Two of Swords. Here's the conflict, okay? There's like a decision that has to be made. It can go both ways, right? You can choose one over the other, right? We saw the Queen of Swords and we saw the Justice that was coming up, but the swords are raised in the air. This, we have the swords crossing. So there's a decision or a deliberation that someone is making right now. I say deliberation because this is someone that is really thinking about something, okay? Putting a lot of thought and effort into something to the point where it's overwhelming. It's time to release this, okay? It's time to let go. We saw the 10 of Wands already. So it's time to surrender a decision, okay? And then we have a King of Cups. King of Cups is a water element, but very balanced, very mature, making a mature decision. So someone could be having to make a very mature decision. And making a mature decision means that you do look beyond the surface. It's not always about what you see. It's like you have to go below and find out what is the best choice. It is, you don't always get what you want, but you get what you need, that type of energy. Getting what you need, right? It can be a sense of sacrifice as well, right? Five of Cups here, like letting go of something that you truly want, possibly because it's the right thing to do, knowing what is the right thing to do, and actually taking those steps to bring it into your reality. So being very worried about something, about a choice. Someone is very anxious about a decision. Very anxious. Losing sleep, right? Lack of appetite. Lack of energy. Feeling hopeless, restless about some decision. Did they get this decision yet? I'm just looking at the first house arrival. And we have the Fool here. Let me just put this down for a minute. I want to look at the first house arrival. $39 days. That's a little over a month. Excuse me. In 39 days. So the first house speaks about your first impressions, the birth of your journey or your self-discovery. Here's the journey card, the Fool. Excuse me. So it says, take responsibility for how you are perceived. As you walk in the door, assess what you lead with, what your mannerisms, appearance, and signals say. Remember with Venus, we talked about the superficial, need to go deeper. So how people are perceiving you, how are you, what are you projecting into a situation? Or how are you perceiving a situation? What signals are you sending off without even saying a word? Notice if you lead with charm or prickly defenses with your mind or heart. Remember, we talked about the mind versus the heart and the need to bring that into balance. And also we talked about desire versus need. Okay, so you could think you need something, but in actuality, you may not. And so if you're thinking you need something and you're trying to force the issue on a topic, you or someone else, there's a need to relinquish that control. For some, there could be a need to change your approach to fit the situation. Okay, so being flexible, being open. So basically making sure that what you're presenting in the situation matches your intentions, okay? Your intentions. Like, what are you hoping to accomplish in a situation? I will put this back. It's underneath the Virgo or above the Virgo. All right, so we said 9 of Swords is someone that is a bit fretful about some type of choice, a deliberation, a judgment call. And the Page of Wands, going in a new direction or just an idea that someone has. It could be a message. It could be someone wanting to take a different path. It could be discovering something new. So maybe someone is going to be discovering something. Okay. Again, 2 of Swords is at the bottom. Alrighty then. That's the Chariot. 6 of Wands, the Devil energy at the bottom. I'll put that to the side for a minute. But the Devil, it's like determined to get what you want, right? That is a someone that is very determined to be successful in a situation, okay? These 3 fell out when the Chariot came out. So this is movement, moving on, moving in a more focused. So this is taking charge, right? Taking charge to move a situation forward, okay? Someone is needing to actually get out of their head, right? And start maybe calming your thoughts a bit. Maybe you're looking at something. Maybe you're looking at a situation. This is almost like a spying or looking back, trying to learn something. And then here's the 7 of Wands where, okay, this might be putting you in a place of, what's the word? Not a very good place, right? With the 9 of Swords. So there's a need to like let that go. When I look at the 6 of Swords with the 7 of Swords, it's like almost trying to be, trying to deceive yourself, okay? Stop deceiving yourself. Stop lying to yourself. If you are, there's a 7 of Wands, right? So this is to me like stop lying to yourself about a situation, okay? Whatever that is. It's interesting how the messages come out differently with the combinations of the cards, right? So somebody needs to stop lying to themselves, possibly about some type of partnership, some type of alliance. I say that because the Lovers is under here. Maybe someone doesn't want to be fair, right? Maybe they want things how they want it, right? And that can be selfish. This is a sense of being selfish also, okay? Overindulgent, right? Someone who is refusing to either give to a situation or release a situation. Okay, what else? But we're at the end, okay? We're at the end here, okay? This is the end of your ropes. This is coming to the end of something, okay? This is like closing out a cycle. So someone may have felt a bit defeated. So if you're in your head about a situation that you can't control, it's time to allow that to like allow yourself to rest. Hold on. Ooh, with the Ace of Swords, that's the truth. So remember this right here. Look at the swords. Look at the swords coming out, right? This is rest. This is recovery, okay? This is surrendering, okay? This is relief and release also, okay? So this is the healing energy. This is the Star. The need to bring healing into a situation, okay, that has been challenging to say the least. This is somebody's face down, face down in the mud, maybe not being able to get up, feeling exhausted mentally, possibly feeling like, okay, time to retire, right? Time to get some much needed rest, some sleep, time to refuel, right? Time to renew oneself, time to give back, right? What you lost, right? The Libran, the justice, time to make fair on your promises. Wow. Making fair on your promises. Okay, this is the Ace of Swords. This is the clarity and truth where there was some type of confusing element in the situation, right? Multiple directions, right? We saw the deliberation. Where is it at? I'm gonna mess it up. Sorry, guys. Right? That. We saw that, right? So there's the discomfort, right? There's the multiple directions I was saying, right? Someone felt that maybe a bit confused, debilitated, and that goes right. This goes very well with the Nine of Swords. So with the Nine of Swords, that's like, you know, your thoughts are not clear, maybe. Seven of Cups, your thoughts are not clear about a situation. It could involve multiple people. It's very emotional based, right? There's a lot of emotions that's involved that's confusing someone, okay? We have the Magician out here, and then is it? Yeah, and the King of Cups. So Three of Swords, okay. Five of Swords, okay. Someone having to surrender their behavior, their habits. There's the Emperor, right? We're feeling the need to control, restrict movement, enforce your will over someone else, possibly. And the Ten of Wands. Didn't we see this already? I thought it came out, but yeah, there's a Ten of Wands again. I'll take it out this time. And there is, so you can bring balance. So there's a sense that someone needs to let go. I know my message, right? Like, let go. Release, right? Heal, right? That's all the messages that I put out. Let go, release, and heal, okay? Make things right. Do things, be honorable, be fair with what you're doing, okay? There's a sense of a separation that's taken place, or the need to separate from something, and maybe there's a resistance, like you don't want to separate, you don't want to do it, it's gonna be uncomfortable, it's gonna be painful, somebody's in the hurt, like in their feels, right, with these cups that are coming out. The cups that are coming out, yeah. So I'm gonna get a few more of these cards. All right, now that we got like the generalization of what's happening in a situation, so there's no specifics here. If you notice, this is very general, okay? This is a collective at that, so you will have to connect the dots for yourself. Sometimes it could be more specific, but this is very very broad based for some reason, and I'm gonna go with it. I'm not gonna try to drill down unnecessarily. I think the purpose is to understand how you are viewing a situation, understand the lessons that you have already learned, or that the experiences have been trying to show you. Glean that, right, that wisdom, incorporate that wisdom into your situation, into your circumstance. Know that although you have authority, you have power, it doesn't mean that you will always be able to control a situation, much less a person, if this is a person, especially a partner. And the need to relinquish control in a situation, right? The need to allow spirit to come in and assist, okay? Especially if there is any type of confrontation or squaring off, any opposition where there's fighting, arguments, then there's a need to incorporate the divine spirit to assist you in bringing truth and clarity, to bring in that peaceful resolution, to bring in that justice, that equity that we're seeing that is coming out, right? Where the scales can be balanced, to bring in the healing energy, that balm of Gilead. So someone could have been hurting or could be in a state of hurting for a while. And so maybe you're creating the same scenarios in your life over and over and over, and you're wondering, well, why is this always happening? Why do things always end this way? Or why do the things that I love always flee from me? Why am I not ever able to capture or experience the things that I desire? So this is for whoever is like, you're dreaming for something, you have a goal, you have a vision in mind, and it's like it's escaping you. And the more it escapes you, the more you run after it. The more you run after it, the more it escapes you. And this is that loop. This is that you're doing the same thing. It's like you're living in madness. Okay, Nine of Swords. You're living in a state of confusion. Like there's too many different things perhaps that you are putting your energy into, and maybe you need to have a clear focus. What is it that you truly, what is it that you truly want to experience? What do you truly want to align yourself with, and actually do that? Okay, this is the 9th house, and do it in a big way. So okay. As if, or they came from all that there is, as if there was nothing else for you to do. So sometimes it requires you to just have one focus, like where you put all your effort into one thing. Okay, sometimes that requires your whole heart, mind, and soul, if you're trying to produce something that's very on a grander scale. Okay, like this is something really big. Okay, so you could be involved in too many things, or you have too many people that you're having to give to in a situation. For some, it's a sense of sharing your resources, but maybe not sharing it, so not being so liberal with it. Resources, who we Taurus, resources to maintain. Yeah, so it's like having a lot of investments and not seeing a return on any of those investments, right? Why? Perhaps there's your values are not in alignment, right? You are pursuing things, but it's not truly what you're desiring, or it's not truly for your highest good. So take it how it resonates. Wow, we have 2 earth elements that just came out, right? This is being very focused. So someone has to be practical. You have to incorporate more practicality with your resources here, and being more dedicated or more focused in order to maintain something that you're trying to do, whether this be business, whether this just be your overall goal in life, just in how you show up and in what you do. This wants to come out as well. Something about your ideas, right? The connections that you're making. There goes Venus again. Okay. There goes Venus again. Something that you love, right? Something that you're trying to attract in. You may be using a lot of charm, right, to attract something in. And I don't know if that's getting you what you want. Okay? I don't know if you're seeing the desired outcome. I don't know if you're seeing the actions that you're wanting someone to take. So it could be that you have to question the idea, whatever idea it is that you have a focus on. Question that. Question that. Are you imposing any limitations? Are you restricting yourself? Because you're so focused on getting this one thing, whatever this one thing is, right here. Whatever this one thing is, it's like there's something that you need to balance out. Is that correct? Is that correct? Yes. Whatever you're pursuing, whatever you're focusing on. Yeah, I see pursuing, right? That's the Knight of Wands. It's whatever you're pursuing, whatever you're pursuing. Yeah. This is saying that's correct what I just said, okay? So, I can go on and on and on and on, but I'm not going to, unless I'm guided to. This is the pursuits. This is the opportunities. This is the Ace of Wands. This is the new beginning. This is the Sun. This is like, could be a rebirth or just the sense of opening up to something new, right? Maybe you need to open up to something new, discover something new, or pursue something new, a different path, possibly with the Chariot here, okay? Because whatever you're working on, there's something that is either causing too much instability, or you're having to bring balance into something. 10 of Pentacles, that's where there is a sense of completion, right? That's what you're wanting. You're wanting to be able to bring completion into a situation, right? Where you could experience the totality, the fullness of what you sowed, right? Oops. What you put your hard work into. Ooh. Do you hear my dog? Do you hear him? That's ooh, unusual. That's unusual. So there's you going in a direction to complete something, okay, where you experience the fullness of what is it you're trying to experience, okay, rather than these endings that you've been experiencing, right? This is the death, this is the rebirth, okay? This is a renewal energy as well, okay? The Empress on the bottom of the deck. Wow. There's something you got to leave. So it's the perception. It's something that's hidden, that's unknown about how you're working with other people right now, okay? That's leaving you in a state of lack, right? That's leaving you in a state of lack, apathy even, right? Where it's not fulfilling, right? You are feeling depleted for some reason when you connect with a certain group, or it could be work, right? A work situation, right? And there's the Knight of Wands. I'm probably going to make another video a little later to connect the dots, because I see that there's more here, but I'm sure this is long enough. I don't even know how long it is, but this is a transformative energy. There's something that you need to transform. You need to change the way of going about doing something to bring about the fulfillment that you are truly desiring. All right, guys, your faith is important in the situation. Bringing spirit in to assist you is necessary. Going below the surface is important as well, rather than keeping things at that superficial level. Finding out what you truly feel about a situation or a person before you take those actions. Knowing what is it that you think about a situation before you communicate what you need to communicate as well. So be practical with your resources. Be very focused on the goals that you're trying to pursue, or whatever you're trying to establish. Make sure you're aligning yourself with partners that are going to be equal and fair, and that is going to support you and bring in that balance that you truly need in your life, so that you don't experience these endings, so you don't experience these towers, so you don't experience the Five of Cups, the loss and the regrets, okay? All right, guys. Yeah, look out for a video following, okay? All right. I love you guys. Bye.